Tyler, obviously, clutch time is always different from game to game, but what do you feel like you can kind of learn about how this team handled the clutch specifically tonight?
Um, I thought the entire game came down to execution, and Golden State was able to execute better than we were on both ends down the stretch. So I think that was the game.
Coach Camila has been showing a good level of consistency over these last few games, double doubles, and tonight she played over 34 minutes. So a lot of talk has been happening this season about her building her confidence. Do you feel like she's finally at a point where her confidence is being displayed and she's feeling more better about the way she's been playing?
I think so. I think it's tough sometimes to, from a player's perspective, to kind of see that when you're in the midst of losing games the way that we have been, and so I think you got to see the progress within it and kind of see the kind of light at the end of the tunnel type of thing. And so uh, I think she is growing confident, more and more confident as each game goes. But I know the most important thing to Mill is pulling out wins, and so um, it's kind of bittersweet, I would imagine, on her end.
Coach, for the majority of the game, it looked like you guys were playing at your own pace. In that fourth quarter, you guys sped up a little bit. What were you just seeing in that moment?
Um, yeah, I don't know. I think we started off the game a little bit slower than we would have liked. And then it picked up in that second quarter and for most of the third quarter, and then uh, kind of died down a little bit in that fourth win. And we talk all the time about continuing to have that motor and that drive even when shots aren't falling. And so, at times our offense fuels our defense. At times it's the other way around. And um, when neither is going, it can be tough. But those are the moments where we got to stay in it and dig deep um, and value each possession.
After Kia's turnover on the fast break late in the game, minute left, Rachel intentionally fouled, I think with 34 seconds left. Was that a planned thing, or was that like poor situational awareness? What did you make of that intentional foul?
No, I think that it was just a time and score thing. I think obviously the last time we played Golden State, it was a similar issue, but different. I think that Rachel was playing the clock there, but that didn't determine the game by any means. So again, I think this game came down to late game execution, and that starts and that ends with me. So
go to the second row on your left.
Coach, it seemed like towards the end of the game, Camilla landed maybe on her wrist or her hand. Can you just sort of talk about, it looked like she was sort of flexing her hand. Can you talk about what she was saying to you and the decision to leave her in the game?
She wasn't saying anything to me. She got up. I was ready to put a sub in for her, but she got up and wanted to stay in the game and felt like she could. So we continued to roll with that.
On your left.
Coach, this is now the 7th straight loss in a row. So how do you keep up the morale of the team going into the rest of the season, especially with several key players out? How do you keep up the morale with the team?
Yeah, I think that we got to continue to use the togetherness that we have been in terms of being connected as a unit, but at the same time, like there's a level of professionalism to be a self motivator and self starter to finish out a season. Like we got a lot of games left to play, and so this season isn't over by any stretch, and that's the mindset that should be enough to continue to put forth the work ethic, continue to put forth the passion, the drive, and to be teammates. I mean, this is what we get paid to do, so we can't cash it in now. There's still a lot of basketball left to play.
Coach, 17 and a half minutes from Sevgi tonight. I know it's hard to judge off of one game. What did you like from her tonight, and what do you want her to bring into the upcoming games?
Yeah, I thought for the most part she took command of the offense in the time that she was in. I thought she pressured the ball pretty well for someone that's only 2 or 3 days into learning our system and what we want. I think that she had a good feel for her teammates while she was out there. Was able to get a couple of looks to E and a couple of looks to Camilla, and so I thought she played pretty well.
Coach, just wanted to get your assessment on the zone from Golden State tonight. There was a couple possessions there where I saw you guys did a good job of moving them out of it, but just want to get your overall assessment.
Yeah, I think that they play the most zone in the league, and it's part of a staple of them. I think that we were handling their man-to-man pretty good in a stretch, and the zone threw us off rhythm early on. I think we adjusted to it pretty decently. But yeah, it's part of their versatility as a defensive unit, their ability to again to protect the paint, whether they're in man or whether they're in zone, and force those kickouts and be able to get out and contest those threes. So they're a really good defensive team for a reason, and a lot of it's because of the versatility, whether they're in man or whether they're in zone. So